If you've been following my channel for a while, you may want to hang around for this video. And even if you're new here, firstly, welcome. And you may also want to stay too. Now, some of you know that I lost my job back in June of 2025. And this YouTube channel actually started in January of 25 under the name The English Musical Nomad. No particular direction of what I was doing, to be honest with you. But once I lost my job, then it became exactly clear what the channel was going to do. And I rebranded to Empower Over 50, which in hindsight, I'm still not entirely convinced about the name, but it kind of says what my objectives and thoughts were for the channel. If you've been following my videos, you know it's not been easy the last 12 months or so, 14 months now, I guess. It's been a journey, and I think it's a journey many of you can relate to. But now I'm kind of coming out the other side. And I have mentioned this before. And before I carry on saying anything else, because I don't want you switching off, I made for a lack of a better word, declaration to you all, maybe a month or two ago, that I was never going to sell you anything. And I'm not. Well, there's one little caveat, and I'll come to that later. But my initial plan when I started the channel was to get monetized and try and make a living from it, which would have meant also selling products or courses, that kind of thing. But over the last 12 months or so, I've read so many comments from people that have been heartbreaking, would be the only way to put it. And some of you know out there, I've even reached out to people directly because that's how passionate I am about what I am doing. Hence my decision that I was never going to sell anything on the channel because we're a community. And I am still saying that. That hasn't changed. What has changed now, which supports the case even more, and I have talked about this before, but I'm now telling you more about it, is in June, just 2 months ago, I registered my company, which is Max Farnon Digital. And no, before you switch away, it's completely separate to the channel. Again, I'm not selling you anything. This is purely for your information. So I've created this, or started this business. And in fact, today, my first email marketing campaign is going out. And basically, it's trying to help small companies in Southeast Florida, initially at least, with their digital needs. So that's what I'm doing. And what actually inspired this video today, because it wasn't the video I had planned to do today, was I received a comment from a viewer actually last night, and then a follow-up this morning. And I'll put the commenter's name on screen because I want to thank them firstly, and I'm not going to try and butcher the name. But the comment was, you should talk about AI and how much it's changed their life with what they can do with AI. Now, I've actually intentionally kind of stayed away from the subject because from past videos that I have done on AI, they always kind of failed. And before I go any further, this channel is not becoming an AI channel. I want to make that clear too. The purpose of the channel is, as it has always been, to try and help and support other people over 50, particularly with all the transitions and changes that are taking place in our lives right now. However, where AI does come into it is that I wouldn't have been able to start my business without it. And as the viewer mentioned in his comment, you know, it levels the table between the individual or small businesses with the big guys in many ways. Now, I'm not planning on making my business anything bigger than it needs to be honest with you. But it did get me thinking that I would like to try and set up maybe a small group if people are interested. I'm not really sure what the format of the group would be. It may be in the form of I don't know, a Facebook group. It could be maybe a Discord group, which I've never used Discord in my life. But basically try and set up a group of people, individuals over 50, who are interested in perhaps learning more about AI. And maybe they want to do something with their own selves, maybe starting a business. So I'm not absolutely sure that this is going to happen. I want to see if there's any interest. So there's a barcode on the screen right now, and also I'll leave a link in the description. And it's just if you're interested, let me know, and then I'll let you know what we're going to do going forward. Again, there's no sales, nothing like that. We're not trying to sell anything. It's purely a small group for people to be able to talk to each other, learn from each other. I've been using AI now for probably 18 months, I'd say. And I've certainly gained a lot of experience with it, which is why I've been able to start my own business using AI. So maybe that's something you'd be interested in too. So I would encourage you to sign up to that. Well, not sign up. Let me know if you're interested. The other thing I mentioned about I wasn't going to sell anything to you, but I might be. I want to clarify that. Again, if you've been watching the channel, I have created a product called JASS, which is the Job Application Support System. And the idea of it is it basically helps you build your resume using AI. But what it does is it knows the main companies that use ATS, which is an applicant tracking system. So JASS is built to try and counteract that. And in a nutshell, you upload your resume, say what job you want to apply for, and then it'll review your resume with the job. It'll tell you if you're compatible or not, if it's a good fit. It will also update your resume, and you can still edit it after you get it back for that specific job that you want to apply for, and it will give you a covering letter to go with it, or editable. And it gives you an analysis of how the match is. There's also more to it than that. It can also recommend jobs for you, which you can apply for. And there's a tracker involved, and it will help you with interview preparation, asking you questions that you could typically be asked for that specific job. There's a lot in it. And I'm going to give it away to subscribers of the channel. Now, there will have to be a limit, because ultimately it does cost me money. The AI behind it costs me money. Every time someone inputs a question or gets a resume done, that costs me money. But if that's something you're interested in, there is also a sign-up link down below. And again, I will be giving it away. I am re-emphasizing my point again to you, is that the channel is not about making money from the channel. Right now, I'm focusing on the business. That will be my income, but I want to help you guys as much as I can, because believe it or not, you've all helped me tremendously over the last year or so. And just reading the comments that I get, and not just the positive, well, I say positive ones, the encouragement ones, but also from people that are struggling. And I do try to reply to every comment. Sometimes YouTube can get a little bit funky and I do miss them. But I think for 95%, I do actually read. So that's it. I'll be back on Thursday. And again, just as a reminder, I'll leave the links below for the small AI group, if that's something you're interested in. Again, it's just to let me know if you're interested. And I'll also leave a link below for the sign-up page to JASS. So that should be going live, I'm hoping, within the next couple of weeks. All right. So I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you for watching. Greatly appreciated, honestly. Cheers.